Today I would like to talk about the Fibonacci series. And the Fibonacci series is defined as follows. Xn plus 2 equals xn plus 1 plus xn for n element of n. Let's fill out some examples based on a few initial conditions. So let's assume that x0 equals 0 and x1 equals 1. Based on this, we can say that x2 equals x1 plus x0, and that equals 1 plus 0 equals 1. x3 equals x2 plus x1, which is x2 is 1 plus x1 is 1, gives you 2, etc. So x4 will be the sum of the two previous numbers, which will be 3, etc. Now we can ask ourselves what will happen if I calculate the ratio between n plus 2 and xn plus 1 when n is really big. So if n is a really big number going towards infinity, what will happen to this ratio? Well, let's write it out. That gives you xn plus 1 plus xn. We divide that by xn plus 1. That gives you, just dividing it out, 1 plus xn divided by xn plus 1. If you look at this equation, you realize that this, if n is really big, is the same as 1 over this, if n is really big. So what we can say, for instance, if we assume that this equals to q, we can say q equals 1 plus 1 over q. Right? We can write this out a little bit better. We can write by multiplying left and right by q, and that gives you q squared equals q, right, plus 1. And maybe even more in a familiar form, q squared minus q minus 1 equals 0. And we can solve this with the ABC formula. So let's do that. We get two values because it's a quadratic equation, and we can say, okay, q plus minus equals minus b, which is 1, plus minus the square root of 1 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is minus 1, divided by 2. Working it out gives us 1 plus minus square root of 5 divided by 2. Now we're only looking at positive numbers here. Yeah, because all these numbers are positive. So we would expect that the ratio is also positive. So what we get is we get a q plus, which is this ratio, if n is really big, right? And more mathematically we state this as the limit. So the limit n goes to infinity of xn plus 2 divided by xn plus 1, if n goes to infinity, is 1 plus square root of 5 divided by 2. And this number is known as the golden ratio. And I think this is a fantastic place to stop. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I see you next time.